So this is 3.5, working with parallel lines. Okay? So parallel lines are two lines with the same slope are parallel. So one of the things to be aware of when we're talking about parallel lines is that they have same slope. So let's look at some examples. So y equal to 5x plus 1 and y equal to 5x minus 4. Both of these are parallel lines to each other because they have the same slope. They're both the slope of 5. So I could come up with infinitely number of equations that will have the same slope, which means they'll all be parallel. So if I was to graph all of these equations on my graphing calculator, I would see they were all parallel lines to each other. And so that's an important piece to know, that this is the key to a parallel line. And so let's say we have an equation, and the equation is y equal to a negative 2x plus 3. And we want you to find another line parallel to it, but it has to pass through the point of negative 2, 3. So negative 2, 3 is the point it has to pass through. So in essence, if I graph this, and at negative 2 and then 3, so here it is, and then I'll graph this line as well. So it's at 3. Here's the y-intercept, and it goes down 2, right, and then goes to the right 1, down 2, to the right 1. So here's what the line looks like. Okay. So I want another line that's going through this, but also passing and being parallel. So the first step is to know that, oh, they have the same slope. Okay, they have to have the same slope. So far I'm going to take the slope that's here and put that in. So y equal to negative 2x plus b. So this is my new equation. The only thing I don't know is my y-intercept, but they did give me a point. So I'm going to use that point to help me find the y-intercept for the new equation. So x is negative 2 and y is 3. So I'm going to put 3 equal to negative 2 times negative 2 plus 3. So that's 3 equal to 4 plus, oh, this is a b, sorry, b. Now we minus 4 from both sides. We get negative 1 equal to b. So now my new equation is going to be y equal to negative 2x minus 1. And so if I put the minus 1 here, okay, it should be parallel. It's not very, this is not turning out right. So this point should have been higher up. So we'll erase that. Okay. So anyways, this tells me how to be parallel. Okay. In fact, let's go ahead and just graph it on our graphing calculator. Okay. So just to show that it does work. Okay. So let's go to y equals. So y equals sign. Clear anything that's there. Let's put in the original equation, which is negative 2x, and it's plus 3. Now let's put in my new one, which is negative 2x minus 1. And now let's do zoom 6 to see that it does work. And it does. So we can see both these lines are parallel lines. They're not intersecting each other at all. And so that clearly defines that. So now let's do another one just so that we have two different versions to look at. I'm actually on 224, problem 72. So 72 is the problem. And they say it's negative x minus 3y equal to 9. And we want it to pass through the point of negative 3, 1. Alright, so this one is a little different because it's not in slope-intercept form. So we're going to have to put this in slope-intercept form, okay, to actually do that. So that's the only thing that's different about this particular problem. So I'm going to add x to both sides. And so now I get negative 3y equal to x plus 9. Now I'm going to divide by negative 3. And so I get y equal to negative 1/3 x minus 3. And so now I have this in the form that I want, because now I'm going to use this slope to generate my new equation. So my new equation so far is going to look like this: y equal to negative 1/3 x plus b. Now I don't know what b is, but that's why they gave you this point. So x and y are going to get negative 3 and 1 put into it. So I'll get 1 equal to 1/3 times negative 3 plus b. And 1/3 times negative 3, well, this is over 1, so that cancels to negative 1. So that's negative 1 plus b. So we add 1. And so now we get 2 equal to b. So my new equation is going to be y equal to negative 1/3 x plus 2. And now I can check it. I can go back to my calculator and see that that works. So I'm going to clear both of these old ones out. Okay, I'm going to put in the new equation, which is negative 1 divided by 3x, and that's minus 3. Okay, there's the first one. Now I do the second one. Let me just move it over here so I can see it. So negative 1 divided by 3 plus x plus 2. Okay, and then when I hit graph, there's the first one that they gave me, and here's the second one. You can see they're both parallel lines. So I did come up with the correct equation to make that work. And so this is kind of how you're doing this for solving it to come up with another parallel line.